Nicky Grant, who's going to be demonstrating her chocolate ruffle wedding cake, which she thankfully is going to be donating to our charity auction here tomorrow in aid of St Julia's Hospice. Thank you very much, Nicky.
Nicky Grant. I make wedding cakes and chocolates, fresh chocolates. We're down the road near Leeds town. We use a lot of single origin chocolate for our cakes and fresh ingredients, so local produce, Cornish cream, Cornish butter, buttermilk, and I'm going to be demonstrating for you today one of our most popular cakes, which is the chocolate ruffle cake. And it's an amazing cake because it starts off like this, quite plain, simple, lovely chocolate cake inside, layered with ganache, but we're going to be coating that with white chocolate today. It can be coated with dark chocolate or milk chocolate, same technique for both cakes. It's using a frozen marble slab, which I have here. You don't have very long to work with a frozen marble slab. It's just a very short period of time, so I'll use this for a few minutes and have to put it back in the freezer. But these need to be frozen overnight, ideally 12 hours or so to get really cold. I've got a bowl of tempered white chocolate, so it's going to set beautifully, it's going to eat beautifully, and one cake which has got ganache on it, so something for it to stick against. We also need a scraper. It's like a wallpaper scraper, but very flexible, which makes it easier to work with. And I'm just going to start. So basically you've got your tempered white chocolate here. It goes onto the marble slab, and then it gets worked. And you do it very thinly. But the first thing I was supposed to say, which is supposed to make sure that any water from condensation, because the room's really warm, it's scraped off and wiped off, or else it just peels off the marble slab. So, go again. And then, basically, you are pushing down the chocolate to make it really thin, and then you can basically just do things with it, scoop it up and work with it. So here we go, we've got the small time to work with it. I'm going to stick it onto the cake. My marble slab is actually getting quite warm, so I'm going to go really quickly. And to scrape any moisture off the slab, and then onto the slab, and basically work it really thinly. It's getting a bit warm now in here. I work in a kitchen that's about 18 to 20 degrees, so it lasts a bit longer. This would normally set quite solid. You can see there, going onto the cake. Tom, can you cut that in there? So you'll find the spot on the marble slab that you're working on will get a bit warm, so you have to move along onto the next section that isn't so warm. This is warming up quite quickly here. I'd normally get about 10 minutes to work with this slab, and as you can see in here, because the temperature is so warm, I'm getting hardly any time at all to work. So basically, wrap it round. And wrap this one round. You always get like a peeling effect on the cake. I might be able to get another one out of the side there. Mind your ladle. And work it very thinly. It allows you to get a really fine, thin layer of chocolate on the cake, which is beautiful to eat. Wrap it round. You ready to mix marble slab? In a minute. Go one more bit. Okay. I got a lot more slowly in the kitchen normally, but this is normally a lot firmer. than you get here. So, and then one more, and that bottom section's done. And then I'm going to move on to the top ruffles on the top of the cake. And I do this in all sorts of different versions, from single tier to 5 tiers. And the cake over on our stand over there has got lots of rosebuds, which is done exactly the same technique, but it takes a lot more chocolate and a lot more time, and a lot of frozen marble slabs as well. Okay. Cake now, which gives a lovely sort of almost flower effect on the top of the cake. And all you do is you scoop up the chocolate, and it's not going to set now because it's so warm in here, but normally working in an 18 to 20 degree kitchen, the ideal way to work, you get, it's going to melt in my hands now, but it will set a lot firmer than this, and you can make shapes out of it normally. You can do little ones. The same technique for making chocolate flowers as well, with pure chocolate rather than chocolate paste. You get a lovely chocolate flower just by building up the centre of the roses, building up the petals using exactly the same technique on the cake. But see, this is a bit firmer. You see how that sets? A bit firmer to make a lovely ruffle effect. I'll move that round so you can all see it. Fantastically well with white chocolate. It also works well with milk and dark chocolate, but it tends to set a little bit thicker. So you have a lovely fine effect with the white. But this is warming up in here, this marble slab, so it's not setting as firm as I'd like it to. I'm just waiting for another marble slab now before I can move on to the next bit, because it's getting very floppy in here. Because it's so warm, it's just melting the chocolate, so I've had a chance to really set. So, okay, got both of them now, just one, ready to go. This has got nothing left in it. If you didn't scrape all this off, it would end up on the chocolate, so it was quite difficult to work and it lifts off.